Hey everybody, thanks for coming to the channel. If you would, like and subscribe. If you want to see certain things to cover in videos, please let me know in the comment section, and I look forward to it. Thanks. Hi everybody, and today in our first video, what I want to do is I want to start with the takeaway. Now, what you do in the transition does have a significant effect on your swing. However, I'm going to start with a takeaway because nothing in your golf swing is wrong, albeit we're not going to go over the setup, but nothing is wrong until you start taking the club away. Once you've put the club in motion, it's a domino effect from there. Everything is a reaction to what you just did. So let's start with the takeaway, and let's begin by fixing the takeaway to put your body in a much better sequence, in a much better position at the top. That way, when we're beginning our transition, we're already in a good place from that position. Here are some examples of some students that have different backswing takeaways, and they're pretty much the average backswing and takeaway that I see of my students. Early hinge, taking it to the inside, or early hinging and picking it up, not getting any width. And you can see in the backswing now, some of them look really good if you were just to stop it at the top of the swing. But as you can see in the sequence, they're not all that great. And what would happen afterwards is just a myriad of different outcomes. So here we are with one of my students, and on the right is a swing from mid-August and from August of 2024, and on the left is a swing from February of 2025. He's a little guy, probably in the between 5'4", 5'6", maybe, freshman in high school, very slight build. They're both 7/8 irons. And as you can see in his takeaway on the right, takes it straight to the inside. Club behind the hands. You can see the left shoulder start to drop. Excuse me. Now, as he's doing this, watch how that club will start to move. If he were to come down from here, if he were to start his transition from in the fashion that he just took it back, he's going to come straight from the inside and create quite a big hook. Now, as you can see, we're going to start turning those shoulders. Now he does stop. Okay, so now we're going to stop, because if he were to keep this left shoulder going around, it would go straight over the top. But he's a very good player, and he is able to stop it, reroute, but in doing so, now we early extend. In his case, he early extended. We're going to fall back, and now we're going to flip it. And on this occasion, he actually did hit a really good shot, but he hit it very high, and his miss was a really big hook whenever he did miss it. Okay, he didn't hit it as far as his playing competitors because of how high he hit it. It would get a lot of rolls, so he had a lot of difficulty in tournaments when he had to be accurate, because it would hit the green and just run away from him. So we've really been working on the takeaway. And the takeaway, as you can see, I've got the alignment stick here, just like before. Pretty much the same setup. But now look at the difference in his takeaway. He still has his old move where his left shoulder comes down. But now look at where the hands are in comparison to earlier. You can see how that club is much more out in front. Now the camera angle is a little off, but you can still see how the club is out in front of his hands. Okay, when he goes back here, we still have kind of the loop. In this one, he just goes straight up. Now, we do work on getting a little bit more width, maintaining our width throughout the swing, but as you can see, it's in a much better position than he was earlier. You can also see a lot more loaded in the backswing. Club is really square. He's not dipping. He's loaded his right hip here. Whereas you can see on the right, no load. Now, watch what he does. I'm going to go back to the one in August. We're going to rotate, early extend, and flip. Okay? I would imagine that his attack angle, we didn't measure it then, would have been in the +2s at that point. Instead, now he gets back, really drives, but look at how that club drops, but look, there's no early extension. That lead leg is able to shift. He's able to shift his pressure really well. Look at him getting a really good delivery. Right foot getting pulled. Now look at that impact position. Absolutely ideal. Straight down the line, really loaded into that left foot. His attack angle is something sick at -6. So we're kind of working on getting that. Maybe keep it there, but his launch is somewhere around 14. As you can see, barely in the screen there, it's 14.4 the shot before, and this is a 7-iron. So he can really send that thing out there low. Goes through, but now look at how he really chases that ball down the line. Look how he's balancing his left leg straight on through, and then he gets that big old whirl coming through now with his shoulders. Look at where he is on the right. Hardly gets around. Now look where he is on the left. Now, to protect his back, we're trying to get rid of that, but I mean, he is so young and so slight that he's able to do it easy. On my website, I have a number of videos that are designed to help you. One of the videos that I use quite a bit is kind of an analogy of the backswing being a highway where the club is in the outside lane. If you're a righty, it's in the left lane. If you're a lefty, it'd be in the right lane. Body is in the right lane for a righty, left lane for a lefty. In that case, what that means is that when we're going back, we want the right lane to be an exit only, and for the left lane, I'm going to use righty, to be going down the highway, continuing on down the highway. These are very good exercise, very good way of looking at the backswing. If your body exits and your club goes down the line, then it will stay out in front of you, and it will come around to the top naturally when your body stops turning. One of the other ways that I like to talk about creating a very good backswing, kind of going down the highway, is by having a dynamic takeaway. A lot of the times I think that people will be very static and they want to go and they want to get the club head going, kind of the old fashioned way of getting the club head going, then the hands, then the hips and stuff like that. Now, we could talk all day about sequencing and what actually takes place, what goes first and the like. However, you will hardly find a really good player on tour that doesn't have some movement prior to taking it back. Most notable that everybody kind of looks at is the old Gary Player with the right leg coming in. But you will find that most players will have some twitch, some movement to start the club face. This is one of my favorite. I use this quite a bit as far as being dynamic, and this term dynamic, in that we want to create a dynamic takeaway. We want to put pressure in the trail leg to pivot around the trail leg, to create pressure and pivot and toss that club back. So when you're working on your swing and you're trying to get your takeaway, instead of trying to be staticky where you're just guiding the club face back and guiding it with your hands, which is, once you do that and your body stays still, your body almost becomes like a post and the club will just work around that. So I like to create a dynamic takeaway by using the body, using the right side or the trail side, rib to knee, and tossing. Feel like you're going to toss the club face straight back down the highway. When you do that and have a dynamic takeaway, your body will move in such a way that it will get the club projected back. So in your practice, what I would do is try and create a dynamic takeaway, feeling like you're going to toss it down the target line. If you do that and you create that, you will get the sequence that you need. You'll create some more load in the back of your swing, and coming down and starting the transition, you will start by then shifting your pressure into your lead side, which is exactly what we want to do. So begin by creating good habits in the backswing via your takeaway. If you need any tips, go to www.house53performance.com. I have a membership that you can join the site and get all these videos on the website. There's well over 75, and I add more each and every week and month. And if you have any areas of your game that you would like for me to cover, please comment so that I can get to those. And I will come out with another video soon on some more common faults that I see in golf swings and in my students and how I've fixed them.